Let me help you. You see, you are wrong by saying that Obi won the election. You know why? Because you are talking from evidence that you don't have. You are talking from emotion and sentiment. Do you understand what I'm saying now? Now, Obi won Lagos. So how did he win Lagos? If they rigged the election in Lagos, how did he win in Lagos? The only way why he was able to win in Lagos is what I'm trying to tell you now. He was able to win in Lagos because it was so overwhelming that no matter how much in Adua, the crowd that voted for him was so much that he won Lagos. But he did not win the election. If he won the election, you see, people don't understand the way law works. That's why you get angry. Look, as I'm here now, I don't believe in anybody. I don't believe in Tinubu. I don't believe in Atiku. I don't believe in Obi. I believe in God, in myself, and I believe in doing the right thing because I will not put my hope on any human being. None of them is better than themselves. People are just being emotional for nothing. If you say somebody won, what is the evidence? People were all there. If you don't have evidence, social media is not an evidence. You people are not, and you are the next generation. And if you people are still having this mindset, then the future is terrible. You people are being too emotional. You can never win a case in the court. Let me show you court. If you go to court now, justice is black. In case you don't know, you see the woman, then blindfold the eye like this. That's the logo. Then it carry weight. What that means is when you come before the court.
Hold it right there. I couldn't take it more. Thank you so much for your opinion. I appreciate you. Pastor Reverend Olumide Emmanuel. Great man. Unfortunately, you are sounding like every other basic motivational speaker. Continue to wail and dwell on top of the problem. No real solution. You will see the rest of the video, right? And then I listened all through to be able to see if there was anything specific you said. Unfortunately, it's quite disappointing that the same generation of yours that failed us, that failed this nation, is going to sit somewhere and determine the narrative. Allow us to do the things I want to do, since you guys could not do anything. Now, let me take you back to a couple of things you said. I agree with you that we have been brawling and boiling with sentiment and emotions. But fortunately, again, it is because you people fail to do the right thing. And that's why we are doing what we are doing right now. I do not want to continue to dwell on the conversations whether Peter Obi won the 2023 general elections or not. We have moved past that. I personally have moved past that. But hearing you speak now, it shows that we have a big problem at hand. And if we are not careful, we may never be able to evade this calamity. Now, let me take you back to a few things you said. First, you said that Peter Obi, Tinubu, and Atiku, all of them, they are the same. I don't have fact to dispute that, right? Even though we have continually looked at their antecedents in character, in competence, in capacity that you preach and teach everywhere in the world, and you still feel that they are all the same. That's fine. However, your dispute about whether he won the election and whether we are able to prove it looks really pedestrian, and it's disappointing for someone of a repute. Back in the years 2009, 2011, I used to listen to you, not just watch you. I used to sit under you and listen to you. And it's disappointing right now that you've grown this old and this famous, this international, to begin to sound this basic, because it doesn't work. Because we are not able to prove it doesn't mean that that is not the truth. Of course, based on fact and legitimate concussions, you could not say that we are not able to prove it. But sitting here and doing the analogy of Lagos and using that to prove, did I miss something, sir? Did I miss something? Now, let me take you back in time. In 2003, when Peter Obi, again, mentioning Peter Obi, just to make it easy again, won the election of Anambra as Anambra State Governor, INEC gave it to Chris Ngige. Peter Obi went to court. It was up until 2006 that the court said Peter Obi won the election, right? It took 3 years. At that time, it was almost like undoable. It wasn't easy to see court annul election and give it to the rightful winner. So because right now that we have not grown to the stage, we are still running a technical legal system where it is impossible to prove that you won an election, presidential election, doesn't mean that people have not been winning elections. Again, let's dwell on Peter Obi's government. In 2006, he was, in November of that year, he was impeached by the House of Assembly, again became governor, went to court to seek that. In 2007, INEC, who are supposed to be custodian of the electoral laws of this country, conducted an election while Peter Obi was still governor and said a new governor has emerged. Peter Obi went to court and prove that the constitution of this country, see, INEC would be a body of professionals, electoral observers, lawyers, legal luminaries, professionals for elections and all that. They understudied the law and they said Peter Obi should step out or should step back because a new government to start 2007. It took Peter Obi, who is not a lawyer, who did not go to a law school, who is not trained as a barrister, to have gone to court with his lawyer to prove that the constitution gave right to 4-year tenure and not date of 2029, 1999, 2003, 2007. Up until that time, it wasn't so. But he went to court to proving it. And guess what? He won. So because something has been done doesn't mean that it is true. Because something is, guess what? This same thing that Peter Obi did was what benefited Adnan Soshomole when he became governor in 2008. If not for that legal battle that Peter Obi won and now set precedents for other elections in this country. When Adnan Soshomole was mandate was given back in 2008 to have taken over the rigged election of Edo State that gave rise to Professor Aremi Osobo, he would have ran also a 4-year term that would have taken him from office 2011. But then because that particular constitutional section has been interpreted, it became easy. Guess what? Somebody that did not benefit from this now said that is Rotimi Amici. Celestine Omeya was made governor, even though Rotimi Amici would go on to had won the primaries of the PDP. After several legal battles, Rotimi Amici became governor. But guess what? He did not benefit from this particular illustration. I will stop here. I know that you are knowledgeable about all this. But again, while I beg Nigerians, especially like people like you, Reverend Olumide Emmanuel, to stay away from conversations like this, it's not because it will hurt our ego. No. It is because you are trying to push the giants that have woken in these young people back to sleep. What you people could not do for this country is what this generation is doing for this country. What some of you were enjoying your estate. You are a motivational speaker, a pastor, and so you are comfortable sitting in your closet and see that this country was. You taught several years of how people should grow their capacity and be self-dependent and become professionals and become CEOs. You had even said in one of your meetings that you didn't even go to primary school, or you stopped at primary school. I cannot remember now. Wrote several books on how to make money and all that. Nigerian youth took these messages and tried to thrive. Upon getting to a certain place, they got stuck. They now realized that government policies, programs, and projects are very much necessary for the growth of this independence you are teaching us. So we are asking, let's get government right, so that those of us that are going to struggle to take care of ourselves could make some things easy. And now you are coming back to tell us that we don't know what we are doing, we are running into emotions. If Muhammadu Buhari has done well in his 8-year term, there will never be a rise of the obedient group in 2023. If all previous governments of this country have been doing so well, if your generation has not disappointed our country, there will not be a rise of the people you call sentimental and emotional right now, trying to make certain things work. Unfortunately, your generation that could not do anything also wants to kill the generation that are trying to do something. We may not have gotten it right in 2023. We may not have gotten it right. We may be lying that Peter Obi won the election. We may be emotional and sentimental that Peter Obi is better. But these your words. Does it look like something that can ginger, energize, revitalize people's interest about getting this country, just like you have said now, and taking hold of it and creating a better nation? Does it? Or does it send them back to the cooler? That's what you guys want. Because you want to continue to have people to prey on and sell booze and advice and counsel. So it doesn't matter anymore whether these people are seeing clearly there is a set of people, less than 1%, that are controlling their affairs. In the rest of the video, you made mention grassroots and all that. Like I said, typical motivational speaker. Talk around the issues and do not have solutions. Let's go back to the grassroots. How, sir? Reverend Olumide Emmanuel. How, sir? Good evening.